Hello and welcome to the Copper Box here in London. BBL Championship action for you. It's the title-chasing London Lions taking on the Birmingham Knights. Knights looking for their first win of the season. I'm joined by the Leicester Riders forward, Anthony Rowe. Anthony, first of all, congratulations on making the cup final last night. We'll get into that a bit later. Let's talk about this game in front of us. Lions, really, this is a must-win for them. They will be heavy favourites in this game.
Yeah, they've had a great start to the season, and they're going to look to continue that form, especially at home in front of a crowd here. And Birmingham struggling for that first win, so they're really going to want to take advantage of that. Let's
take a look at the two lineups for the two teams, starting with the London Lions. And the interesting thing when you look through the statistics of the Lions is just how many different threats they have on this team. Rod Brown may be the leader for this team, but they've got lots of weapons all the way through that lineup.
Yeah, they do indeed. They've got various weapons that can hurt you. Adrian Sturt, you know, he's had a 29-point game already this year, and he's capable of scoring any one given night, and you know, they have various weapons that can hurt you.
Let's have a look at the Knights lineup, and in some ways this is the reverse, because almost everything goes through Brent Benson. He leads the team in almost every statistical category.
He does, and all the other BBL teams know that as well, and he's still able to come and get his 20 points per game, and you know, he's a difficult guy to stop, and his teammates are really going to need to step up and help him with the offensive load.
Certainly he's the leading scorer in the BBL this season, but unfortunately for his team, they don't quite have enough else to have got that first win on the board. They're still looking for that. Their first win as a club, having entered the BBL in the summer. And Birmingham, a city with a rich basketball history. A lot of these guys on the team, local boys. In fact, you say that on both teams, well representing their city. And the two teams making their way out onto court. We're almost ready for the opening tip-off. Important, you feel, for the Knights to keep pace in this game, not let it get away from them too early, because they've had a number of big defeats, and psychologically, if the game gets away from them too early, it can be a bit of a blow for them.
Exactly, they just got to keep pace with London and put themselves in the best possible position to win it in the fourth quarter.
I think Knutson just stepped on the end line, out of bounds. So it will be a Birmingham ball from the end line. Full court pressure coming from London, and it was almost knocked loose there by Smith straight away. But Benson does have it. He's under double team pressure, kicks it out. It's going to be inside for two and converts, and a decent start for the Knights.
Good move. Good patience for the big guy.
Smith, transition defense, not quite there. Didn't pick him up, and he knocked down the mid-range shot. There's Gale. Forced to back out. Rolls Tyson looking for some help. Under pressure, throws it away. Will he get it back? Yes, he does. No reset of the shot clock. It has to go up quick. And doesn't quite drop, but rolls Tyson inside with the rebound. Knutson there for the boards. Brown from behind the three-point line, and there's a guy you can't sleep on, can't leave him alone.
No, one of those guys, yeah, they call him downtown Rod Brown for a reason, and that's a perfect example of why.
And he comes up with the steal. Thought about the three, but what a pass that is to Smith. So he showed a little bit of everything there, Rod Brown. Three-point shot, steal, assist. He just got a little slip on the floor as well there as he was running back. And referee stops the game just to wipe that up.
This is something that Birmingham's really got to be careful of. London, you know, it was a matter of seconds there, and they put 5 points on the board very, very fast. And that's something the Knights have really got to be aware of.
Gale hands over to his brother, and the three-point shot goes up from Benson off the back of the ring. Ickenwin has it. Smith out in front. Smith driving to the hole. Oh, good follow, not quite though, from Knutson. And Gale calls the play. It's Michael Gale, hands on to Martin Gale. Oh, wasn't even looking there as Roll Tyson threw the pass. Sloppy turnover. Ickham went to the hole. That will count He draws the foul and will go to the line for a bonus, but really it all came from a very poor pass at the top of the key from Rolls Tyson.
And that's what's going to hurt you, you know, a poor interior pass in London. We're down the end of the court before Birmingham can get back.
It didn't really react very well either. I suppose that's one of the things is you're not expecting a turnover in that sort of situation, so you can get caught behind the ball. But Ickenwin going to the free throw line. 9 points already on the board for the Lions. Make that 10, 2 minutes into the game. And the Knights, who scored on their opening play, haven't scored since. But here's Gale with Hopkins inside. Hopkins has the lane, and that's a good way to break the press.
Excellent way.
Ickenwin. And Hopkins with a little bump. Well, just wanted to let Rod Brown know he was there, but probably a little too aggressive. You've been known to do that once or twice, Anthony.
It's always nice to show the offensive players that, you know, it's going to be a tough night for them tonight.
See the little guard running through your space? Just let him know you're there. Hopkins a little too obvious with it, shall we say. Smith fires up from behind the arc, doesn't go. And Gale with the rebound. Benson hands off to Hopkins. Hopkins, big space opened up in front of him, drove inside. The defense did recover. Ball is loose. Brown comes up with it. Still Rod Brown has it. Brown attacks the basket, draws the foul. And he's a bit disappointed with himself. He didn't make the layup. He'll have to go to the line for 2.
London Lions really looking to run. Really trying to punish Birmingham on the break.
And that's certainly been the feature here in this opening 3 minutes. Is the Lions looking to get out, and it helps. I mean, you'll have this same thing at Leicester, is when you've got the depth that a team like London does have, it allows you to put that extra effort in at both ends of the floor to get out on the break and to try and pick up the tempo, just as the Lions have done here.
Exactly. You're looking for depth and athleticism, and London have both of those, and it's very hard to stop when a team is continuously running at you wave after wave.
Yeah, the Lions really, since they brought in those foreign players, have just suddenly looked like one of the deepest teams in the league, right up there with Leicester in terms of the ability from 1 right down to number 10 on the bench. Coach Douglas calling a timeout here. His team 10 points to 4 down. I mean, my sense is it's probably the sloppy turnovers that he'll be most disappointed with here in this opening 3 minutes.
That's the story of the game so far. It's been a turnover, and London having the ability to fast break and convert.
Because of course that's one of the issues that you've got in transition defense. If you've given the ball away, it's always much easier to stop them by forcing them to inbound the ball rather than just passing it to them and letting them get out on the break. Rod Brown then will go to the free throw line. First one hits the back of the ring, might just drop in. Friendly roll there for Brown.
Very friendly roll.
Second one is clean. Always is a good shooter like that. If he gets a nice bounce on the first one, the second one's always much cleaner. Benson is double teamed here, forced to go backwards, needs to get it over the halfway line. And there's a little push there from Mike Martin. He's not convinced by it. Players generally aren't. And really, that was one of those, if it was a foul, he didn't need to commit it there. Hopkins was in all sorts of pressure going back to the halfway line.
Fantastic pressure there as well. It was very close, almost a backcourt violation there.
Hopkins trying to get it inbound. Does get it in. Rolls Tyson. Back to Hopkins, up top to Benson. Benson drives into a little fall away off the glass.
Tough shot, and he's been doing that all season. That's other coaches would say a bad shot, but Brent Benson, that's the type of shots he takes.
Knutson with a little turnaround, doesn't quite go. Gale with the rebound. Of course, Birmingham not the biggest team in the league. Had Ormond Battle in for that specific purpose, and he managed to sustain an injury 10 minutes into his Birmingham debut. That was a massive blow for them. Gale. Traveling violation called. Gives the ball back to the Lions. And again, it's about pressure on the ball, pressure defense.
And London definitely are pressurising, and they've caused a few turnovers even this early in the game.
Ickenwin. There's a little confusion on the far side. Martin and Brown have sorted it out now. Ickenwin cutting to the hole off the glass. Nice play, good pass from Brown to find him. Gale. Hopkins. Oh, good block from Knutson. Got past Martin, but couldn't get past the trail. Smith throws it up, and probably a little too fancy there from Smith. Just take the 2 points. 3 points is up and good for Gale on the far side. And they kind of needed that. Cuts the lead down to 5. Benson knocked it loose. Martin, cross court to Brown. Ickenwin at the top of the key. Little short on that one, ball batted loose. The two Gales come up with it. And Michael it is who finishes off with the left hand. Looked like he was slightly out of control at the end there, but cuts it to a 3-point game.
He did really well to finish that. And it seems like Birmingham are kind of giving London a bit of their taste of their own medicine here now.
We just wonder whether London thought, you know, they've seen the record of Birmingham. They got off to a good start and thought it was all coming a bit easy. And you see that play from Smith when he had a layup trying to throw an alley-oop. And Birmingham have made them pay a little bit here, but there's Smith making amends from the 3-point line. Gale trying to penetrate through. Brown steals it away from him. Gale trying to get it back, and a traveling violation. Oh, Rod Brown acted angrily to that. Referee, just for a second, considered a technical foul, I think, and then he said no more from Rod Brown.
I like that from the referee, though, to give a warning, especially early this early in the game. It's I think it's going to be good for the game and good for the rest of the outlook of the game.
Well, Brown's still not convinced by that. He thought one of the Gale brothers had fouled him there. Benson to inbound. Hopkins gets open for the ball. Gale onto Benson, good hands from Smith, but Benson recovers. Hopkins offers the screen, tries to cut through. Oh, how did he get through that gap? Didn't look like there was a gap there. It didn't quite go for him. Birmingham get to recycle. Zavigi trying to back down Sturt to the little turnaround. Tough one, doesn't quite go, and easy rebound for Knutson. Kicked out forward to Sturt. Sturt drives hard to the hole, and Sturt finishing again. Transition defense, not getting back in time, not picking up the cutting man.
Yeah, just like that, and it started with Adrian Sturt as well on the defensive end. He's got very long arms. He's 6'10", 6'11", and he was able to run down the floor and convert at the other end. Here he is for and one opportunity.
So, with this unusual free throw action of waiting till he gets the ball before he walks to the foul line. Everybody's got their own little foibles, but he's one of the few guys that you see moving. Normally it's about being in a stationary position, but he likes to do that. It works for him. Doesn't go for Benson. Double teamed underneath, and I think Zvegi got it last, and it will be a Lions ball. Four minutes to go here in the first quarter. Lions lead the Knights by 9. Free to Brown. A little high. Oh, Sturt so open there. But the pass just out of his grasp. Probably one of them where he's thinking about what he's going to do for it before he catches the ball. Gale, Hopkins. Back to Gale. There's Martingale in the corner for 3, doesn't quite go. And the rebound pulled in by Smith. Smith with the crossover. Smith drives through, little one-handed floater. And again, points on the break. Now Birmingham trying to push back the other way. Pass a little too far out in front. And you see the difference there. Lions getting two at one end, Birmingham turning it over at the other. Brown. Out to Sturt for three. Doesn't quite go. Smith and Knutson both in close proximity to that rebound. It's Knutson who gets it. Brown. Sturt wants it down low, gets it. Sturt drives through the middle, kicks out. Smith with a head fake, drives in. Again, one little head fake beats the man to the defense.
Great decision, great move there. It was a good offense from London Lions right there. Good patience.
Hopkins. Hands over to Gale. Hopkins drives baseline. Nowhere to go. Great block by Sturt. Still has it. Got to get the shot off here. Shot clock getting low. Didn't hit the ring. Doesn't matter. Lions have it anyway. Brown can push. Has Smith ahead of him. Gets it. Smith. Good hands from Benson to knock it out of bounds.
Great hands from Benson, but again, London, as soon as they're getting that stop, they're going, and they're running, and they're getting it down the court. Very quick pace, and Birmingham really struggling to deal with that.
Mayer checking into the game for the first time. Gale sitting down. Good hands again to knock that one out of bounds. Zavigi knocking it loose. It'll be an end line from the near side for the Lions this time, trying to run the same play the opposite way. Joseph clears some space for himself. Brown. Smith down to Sturt. Sturt. Twice he's tried to drive through the lane there. There's been nothing doing for him. Here's Hopkins, and that will be a charging foul on Hopkins. And Sturt made up for the error at one end, got back on D.
He did, yeah. It's a great offensive foul to the way to take a charge there, and Birmingham really trying to run as well when they're getting stops, but unfortunately they're getting hit by a few turnovers and not able to convert.
Here's Brown. Brown loses it, but recovers first to get it. Irish. Julius Joseph spins baseline, got caught by Mayer, I think it was. Shot went behind the backboard, but he'll go to line for two.
And Julius Joseph's been playing basketball a long time, and you see his patience down there on the low block, and the defender finally bit on the fake, and he's got his team 2 free throws.
Great strength down there on the low block as well, Joseph. It makes him a tough cover because he can bring the defense all the way out to the three-point line as well.
He does. He's a threat all over the court. He knows how to play basketball, which is the most dangerous thing. He knows how to use his skills, and he's very effective, even you know, they say later in his career.
And of course, with all the depth that London now have, it means they can spread the minutes a bit more thin, so the workload isn't quite as much. And as you say, Julius nearer the end of his career than the beginning. Likewise, a guy like Mike Martin can only be helpful for them. Good pass inside, and it's Biggie with the finish. It's glimpses of it from Birmingham here in this first quarter. They just got to find some way to look after the ball a bit more consistent as Irish gets close into the basket, lays it in.
There is, but they really need to find a way of at least slowing London down there. London are coming down and scoring pretty early in the shot clock as well.
Mayer's shot doesn't go. That's through the hands of Freer, and it will be a Birmingham ball. Benson to inbound. Minute to go here in the first. Oh, that's stolen away, or it should have been by Freer. He's disappointed with himself. He'd thought he got there to knock that loose, and it'll be a Knights ball again, this time in the backcourt. But again, just a little sloppy on the inbound.
Yeah, and you've got to give credit to London. I mean, look at them. The pressure is pretty relentless right now, and they're really not letting Birmingham breathe.
Benson steps back, tough shot for three. A little short on that one. Rolls Tyson, tips it out, but only as far as Joseph. Oh, a little too far ahead of Rod Brown. (27-13) the score. Just a tick under 43 seconds left here. Oh, that's a poor pass. It's almost stolen away.
Almost another turnover.
Gale, good head for, oh, there is another turnover. Again, another one where you're thinking, catch the ball first, think about the finish after that. Brown lets the ball roll along the floor to try and maintain some of the time. They are possibly in 2-for-1 territory, although they've ran it down too far now, so there should probably only be one offense left. Joseph inside, couldn't quite finish, neither could Sturt, who tipped it. Ball is loose, and eventually Gale gets it. Shot clock switched off. Birmingham can run this one down here. They've taken an early one, and Rolls Tyson scores, but it gives the Lions 10 seconds to go back the other way. Brown has a look at the clock. Does he? Yeah, he does this time. Brown cuts through, stumbling to the ground, gets it to Irish. Irish tosses it in. Beautiful finish from Laurent Irish. And, well, first quarter, very much as expected here. London Lions opening up a nice lead. Birmingham slightly architects of their own downfall here in the opening 10 minutes.
Yeah, every single turnover, London Lions seem to be, you know, making them pay for it. And it's the type of basketball that London Lions play, and it's the type of basketball you don't want to be stuck in with them, because they're so much quicker and they're more athletic on that break. They're really converting at a high rate.
Well, 10 minutes gone here at the Copper Box. It's the London Lions 29, the Birmingham Knights 15. Well, the Lions making their way back out on court here at the Copper Box. Comfortable first quarter for them, outscoring the Knights almost 2-1. And the one thing we've been looking at on the stats here, Anthony Rowe, 7 turnovers by the Knights, run back for 8 points the other way. And you take that off and suddenly it's a much closer affair.
Yeah, that's the tail of the tape right now. It's a turnovers. 7 in the first quarter as well. It's you're on pace for 28 turnover game. It's very, very high. So yeah, Birmingham really got to do a better job of looking after the ball and you know, converting.
Well, Gale under all sorts of pressure here from Brown. Birmingham second in the league in turnovers. That's not a good thing. Nice step back from Benson, but they only average 17 turnovers a game, so that sort of puts into context the 7 in that first quarter. Freer in the corner, Irish wide open in the lane. Good pass. Oh, Sturt got kind of jammed under the basket there. High pick and roll. Zvegi drives to the basket, gets his shot blocked, gets his own rebound. Way to stay with it, though, from the big fella.
Yeah, very, very good hustle there, and way to stay with it. You know, his first shot blocked, but yeah, kept working and got his reward.
Here's Irish. Backing down, kicks it out. Sturt drives in. Sturt dishes off. Somebody hit the deck in there. It was Benson. I think he was too far underneath the basket for a charge. He might well have been in the line. In fact, I think the referees just warned Coach Douglas about his team flopping Certainly looked like there was some contact in there. To me, the question was he too deep to take the charge or not?
I thought so too. 50-50 call, that one.
Well, Joseph has that knocked away. Mayer out on the break. Joseph chasing back, can't quite catch up with him. And he lays it in for 2, back down to 8.
There you go, they've cut it to 8 now, single digits. You know, they're going to really look to try and capitalise on this.
6-0 start here to the visitors in the second period. Joseph round the screen. Joseph dumps off to Irish. Irish floats one up, doesn't quite go. Ball is loose on the floor, but Benson gets it. Benson again with that step back. This time he had enough legs underneath it for 3. That's pretty hard to guard.
That's really hard to guard. As a basketball player, there's only so much you can do, and there wasn't much else Rod Brown could have done there. That was a fantastic step back.
Again, cuts the lead back down to 5. Brown trying to reply with 3 of his own, and does, just as the Knights looked like they were gaining some momentum. There's Benson. Benson drives in and he's fouled. He'll go to the line for a couple. Again, he's slippy. He's hard to keep in front of you.
Yes, he does a really good job of keeping his dribble as well. You know, a lot of people pick up the dribble when the pressure comes, but Benson's kind of got a step back and you know, keeps his dribble well and finds those gaps to get through, and he's on the line.
Or is he? There's just a conversation between the referees for a moment. He's definitely in the act of shooting. Brown's trying to pull the team together to have a quick word, and referee says, no, we need to take these free throws, come out of the way. And Benson hits from the free throw line. He's up to 9 now. Well, this is too easy. Smith, can't convert though. That's the problem when you press. You've got to be able to recover back, and they were a bit slow.
Lyons had a good opportunity then too, 2-on-1 there. He really should convert that.
Tough shot. Doesn't quite rattle in this time for Benson. Good fighting.
Good hustle.
On the rebound. It's wrapped up and will be a jump ball. And the arrow pointing the way of the Lions. So McEwen's good work on the glass for naught, really, but you like the effort. Freer drives baseline, dumps it off to Knutson, and he's fouled.
Again, London just looking to attack. As soon as they're inbound on the ball, they're getting the rebound. They're just looking to attack, and they've done a really good job of that this game.
Well, Knutson looking for his first points of the game. And he finds it. Ben Smith leading all scorers with 11 so far in this contest. 2-2. And we got a substitution for the Knights, with Martingale checking back in. And it's Josh Rolls-Tyson who sits down. Full court pressure from the Lions. Benson breaks through the double team to that little high arcing float. Such a pretty shot.
Tough. He's dribbled through 2 defenders there as well, and then finished over the big guy waiting in the middle. Tough move.
Oh, what a pass from Rod Brown for 2 points inside. Super look.
And that's why he leads his team in assists. He's able to create as well as score, and that's a great drop off. A big man loves to receive the ball down low.
Benson, that little one-footed floater shot, doesn't quite go. Brown, another great pass. Oh, Smith dumped it off. And Smith, because he just didn't quite get it to the first attempt, had to pass it to avoid the travel. It was a little behind Sturt. Gale offered the screen. Double team jumps out on him. And double team forces the turnover. Rod Brown throws it out in front. Oh, good catch. Super catch from Knutson to keep it alive. And Smith hits the three. But credit Knutson to pull that one in like a wide receiver in the end zone, right at the back of the end zone too.
That's exactly what it was. I didn't think we were watching basketball for a second there, Dan.
Three is good from Martin Gay. Just about hanging around here, the Knights, trailing only by 8, but Knutson had an open lane to the basket, kicks it back out to Freer, doesn't quite go. Benson dishes it off, Gale travel with it. Just a little stutter before he put the ball down on the floor, and again, another sloppy turnover. And you sort of take that away. You look at the scoreboard, 39-31. You take those little mental mistakes out, and then this would be much closer than it is.
That's it, and that's what it can be. Sometimes the difference between a winning and a losing team is the little errors, you know. And it's a frustrating one, that one. Shuffle with the feet. I know Coach Douglas is going to be pretty upset with that one.
Well, in some ways, those are the most annoying ones, because the shuffle of the feet didn't get him anywhere. It wasn't like he was trying to get a quick step to the basket. He was just sorting his feet out almost. There was no real gained advantage, and they're the worst kind of turnovers. But Dougie calling a timeout now. What do you think he'll be saying to his team? 5.5 minutes to go to halftime, only 8 points down.
Big part of the game here, you know. 5 minutes till halftime. You want to go into this, you know. You want to go in at halftime, you know, feeling you've got a legitimate shot, you know. So they're going to want to try and stay and hang around with London Lions here, you know. Really stop that fast break. That's the key. Stop the fast break and stop their own, you know, turnover and errors on the offensive end.
Well, the horn blows for the end of the timeout. Two teams make their way back out onto court. 8-point lead for the Lions. They will have possession of the ball as well. And Smith jogs over to get the ball from the referee. There's a little bit of pressure here. There's only Rod Brown. They only really need Rod Brown in that scenario. Brown steps back. Oh, that's travel, isn't it? Went up and down with it. I know Gale touched it, but started inside. Knutson in there as well.
Great hustle from Knutson. That was a loaded paint area there, and Knutson just wanted that ball more and grabbed it and kept the play alive.
Looked like a travel at the top, though, didn't it, by Rob Brown? Went up and down with the ball. Even if the other guy touched you, still can't land with it. Doesn't seem to be much complaint from Birmingham, so Knutson at the free throw line. Both good and lead back up to double figures. Lewis ready to check in the game. Well, I say ready to check in the game. He was looking the other way. Ref had to shout and say, you can come on now. Full court pressure again from the Lions. Gale. Kick forward. Michael Gale to the hole. Tosses it up off the glass.
Good take, good finish there.
Freer back to Knutson. Thought about the three, turned it down. Smith. Freer. Brown for three. Doesn't quite go. Smith was in there, couldn't quite pull down the rebound. It's thrown ahead of Gale. He did well to chase that down. Oh, nice spin along the baseline. Oh, but a super block from Knutson to throw it out.
Excellent defense from the big guy coming over there and helping the guard who was beaten.
Brown giving some space off the pick and roll. Always a dangerous thing. Martin Gale with the rebound, gets it out to his brother. Handed back. Is Gale with a pull-up jump shot off the back of the ring. Comes out to Benson. How does he get that rebound? Oh, and he missed the easy one from close in. Ickenwin with the rebound, and there's going to be a foul on the play. James McEwen over the top. Although part of that was the way that Ickenwin pulled him around, but it's still a foul.
That would have been a nice floater to drop as well. That would have brought the lead down to 6 there. Again, little plays kind of killing the momentum.
Albert Margai into the game for the first time for the Lions as Rod Brown sits down. 8 points, 6 assists. Just another day at the office for Rod Brown.
Not a bad shift, not a bad shift at all.
Margai to Knutson. How open does he want to be? And he makes them pay.
He had a lot of time to think about that shot too.
He did. Zviggy is fouled by Knutson as he reached in. Was still on the floor. End line ball, which Benson will inbound. Referee just blows the whistle, runs over to the table. I don't know if he's checking. I thought at first, is it the shot clock? Not sure. He's run over to the, yeah, the shot clock's gone back to 24. And I don't think it should be, is the short answer. There we go, they got it back to 14. It's made it much more complicated since they added in that 14-second rule. Table officials having to pick which one of the two they reset to. Margai. Knutson did a great job to seal his man, get the position, and then ended up losing it out of bounds.
He did, and you saw in that position there as well. Birmingham got back a lot quicker there, and they're able to slow him down and stop him, and that's really the key to slowing this team down.
Gale to Gale. Martin goes up, tries to jam it down. Jammed it off the front of the ring, but Knutson called for the foul. The referee warning him. His response to that was not pleased, and referee says any more like that, it'll be a technical foul.
Nice strong take from Gale, though. You know, London's had a few block shots. You know, a couple layups been taking it, you know, slightly weak. So Gale was like, I'm going to take this one straight to the rim.
Well, nobody really lining up for it, but it is just 2 regular free throws. First one is good. Now everybody gets in place. And Martin Gale makes both from the line. 8-point London lead. Again,
8 points is where they're kind of sticking as well.
Yeah.
They're not quite. Oh, here we go. Turnover.
Should have been.
Lucky.
Zaviggy, he got there, and then like a goalkeeper has decided, oh, I'm not going to catch this, I'm going to tip it over the bar or something. Sort of batted it away, but there was no pressure on him. He should have been able to pull that one down. Oh, what a pass over the shoulder from Smith.
Great pass from Smith. Penetrated, got the defender to come to him, and nice pass.
Certainly livened up the crowd a little bit here. Martingale. Benson, lovely pass. Another super assist there. A bit of pressure up court here from Gale and Benson, and 18 seconds on the clock. It's one of those where you don't really want that reaching because you've only got another couple of seconds before it's a violation.
Yeah, kind of a poor foul there from Benson. They had him where they wanted him, and he's got his hand literally caught in the cookie jar there.
Just over 2 to go here in the first half. First half that Lions have led from start to finish, but they haven't been able to pull away. Not quite from start to finish, because the Knights did get the first basket of the game. Haven't really been able to. It looked like at the end of the first quarter they might be able to get some real daylight between the teams, but as Anthony said, it's that sort of 8 to 10 points. It's bounced around that margin here in the second quarter. Benson, another good pass. Lewis inside for two.
Both guards on both teams are doing a really, really good job of getting in the gaps now and penetrating in addition to the big guys down low.
Margai throws it into Smith. Lewis straight up, says the referee.
Good help defense from Lewis. Great help defense. Way to be there.
Benson round the big screen, goes back the other way. Trying to cut through. Backs out. 10 on the shot clock. Benson under pressure, throws it away. Poor play there by Benson. Freer lobs it up, jam down. Freer with the alley-oop, finished off by Knutson.
Great combination play there from those two guys who've had a very, very solid half. Again, turnover from Birmingham Knights, punished by London Lions.
Gale ran the screen, fires up for three under all sorts of pressure. That was a long way short. Well read by Ickenwin. Saw he was going to pull up for that three and got a hand out to challenge it.
Yeah, great defense there. Got through the pick and roll and challenged the three.
Well, Birmingham are going to get the ball from the end line. The shot clock reset, but it really shouldn't have in that situation. I think it's because the table thought that it was going to be a London ball. So now they've gone down to 2 seconds, 2.4. Not sure that it was that low, but that's what the referees have signaled for. Zvegi off the glass, good inbound pass.
Good play. They needed a catch and shoot option there, and they've got that.
Well, they've made a mistake with the shot clock here again because it reset to 14. They're trying to sort it out on the fly, and fortunately for them, a whistle breaks up the play as Gale is called for the hold, and it'll be 2 free throws. Margai at the line, shooting a pair.
London really converted from the line as well. They're 10 for 11 now, really making Birmingham pay.
And they're both good. And again, a little pressure up court. Gale just got there on the cross-court pass. Nice play. Oh, missed dunk though inside. Smith with the rebound. And the shot clock switched off. They can have the final one hit. Margai bounces it into Ickenwin. Ickenwin converts on the play. Good finish by the London Lions. Way to tick down the quarter. And they've opened this lead out to 14. We spent a long time bouncing around that 6 or 8 point mark, but here at the halftime, it's 54-40, Anthony. It's, you know, looking good for the Lions.
Yeah, it's a shame, really. You know, Birmingham were sticking around there and fighting with London throughout that whole second quarter, and just little plays again, turnovers here and there, and unfortunate with a missed dunk shot there at the end, and London have just punished them. Every mistake they've made, they've really came back and punished and scored.
Well, we're at the half here at the Copper Box. It's the Lions 54, the Knights 40. Welcome back to the Copper Box. Second half, just over 45 seconds away. And you get the sense in this game, Anthony Rowe, that this is a big first 3 or 4 minutes here. The game can get away from Birmingham, or they can pull themselves right back in. They need to start well here in the second half.
Yeah, this is just as big as end and a half as well. Key part of the game here. You know, how are Birmingham going to respond? How are they going to respond is going to, you know, dictate the rest of this game.
And last night, Anthony and his teammates, Leicester Riders, came the first name into the BBL Cup final in January, beating the Plymouth Raiders quite handily in the end. 33 points on aggregate, and really a great start, great finish to the first half you guys had in that one. Great start to the second half. Suddenly you were 16, 18 points up on the night, 22 on aggregate. And that's the sort of scenario we're talking about here, is if it gets away to 20 points, it's going to be a long way back for the Knights.
It is, especially at this level as well. You know, when you're up by 20, a majority of teams in this league are going to be able to, you know, maintain that control, and it's very, very hard. It's very, very hard to come back from a 20-point deficit.
Here's Gale getting past Brown. That's deflected, I think. Yeah, it is. So they can still play that, but the shot clock getting low now. Gale drives in. Good head fake, gets everybody up in the air. Doesn't quite go. And that will be wrapped up. And, of course, as the Knights had just had the ball, the possession arrow switched the other way. And the Lions will get their first offense of this second half.
Good hustle, though, from Isenbighi, trying to keep it alive. He's been very active.
Martin, Ickenwin wide open in the corner. He's a decent shooter, you can't give him that sort of space.
No, he's been pretty efficient today.
Isenbighi a long way from home. Oh, and he's picked up his dribble as well. He's under all sorts of pressure. And, well, not sure. He turns to the coach. I'm not sure that's the scenario. You don't want the big guy out there having to make decisions of a point guard.
Not at all. With all of his four teammates in the corners, that's not a good island you want him to be on.
Brown. Nuts and all on his own. Martin has it now. Smith. Smith the three, a little short. Isenbighi with the rebound. Benson kicks out front to Rolls Tyson with the pull-up. Isenbighi again with the offensive glass this time and can't quite convert. And Smith with the board. Smith having a big game for the Lions. Brown up in the air, had to think a couple of times about where that pass was going to go.
Birmingham in dangerous territory here now. You know, if they're not converting and London's coming down, it's another basket after another basket, and before you know it, you're down by 20-something points, and they're going to need to convert here and get stops.
Martin inside, and the other thing is that psychologically, when you've had the results that they've had so far this season, it can be hard to maintain yourself through like that.
It is. When you're part of a losing program, you know, psychologically you can feel the whole world is against you, and you know, little errors are definitely magnified.
Gale's three doesn't go. There's a foul on the rebound. And I think Coach Douglas has called a timeout. We said it was important how they got off in the first couple of minutes. They've not managed to put any points on the board. So, you know, this lead, all right, it's only stretched out to 16, but direction of travel doesn't look good for the Knights right now.
No, you know, timeouts, you know, kind of shows us he's not happy with what his team are doing. And, you know, when you're down, you want to come out and look hungry, and you want to be that team setting the tempo, and London Lions still in control of this game.
Well, while we've got this break in play, let's take the opportunity to talk about it. Anthony, through to the Cup final yet again for Leicester, a fifth final in a row. For yourself, a fourth final in a row. It's like you guys are a permanent fixture at these big games. Yeah,
we're really, really excited to get to the NIA in January. It's a fantastic venue and a fantastic competition, and we're delighted we're there.
And of course, the other semi-final still very much in the balance. Sheffield and Newcastle, only a basket in that one. Second leg up in Newcastle, that could easily go either way.
Yeah, we got history with both teams. You know, cup finals, trophy finals, playoff finals. So either or would be, I think, nice for us. Yeah,
whichever way it goes, it's going to be a repeat of one of last year's final. Of course, Leicester beat Newcastle in the cup final, the first of their 3 trophies last season. And Sheffield were the ones who denied Leicester the clean sweep with a 2-point win in the trophy final. Brown goes through, almost jammed in by Martin. And the referee's not sure who that came off last. They're going to have a little conflab. And it's going to be a Birmingham ball.
Well, if I was the fourth official, I think I would have called it the other way, but I'm not a ref.
Benson. Off the reverse screen. He's got that little step back, gets halfway through it, zips it inside. Zambigi has it not loose, and Brown was in close proximity. It'll be another turnover to the Knights.
Not a great offense there as well. The ball kind of got stuck in the corner and stayed there. There was no movement really, no rotations there. It's, they're going to need to move this basketball to get easier shots.
Knutson. Oh, good backdoor cut from Rod Brown for 2.
Yeah, his experience showing there. Smart play, getting denied, and backdoor, easy 2.
Mayer had some space there, kicks it back out to Benson, and a blocking foul on Ickenwin. Again, just beat him with that first step.
Really quick first step, and he's it's not just Lions that are finding it hard to stop him. He's one of those guys who's been using it all season, and he's you know, his statistics speak for themselves.
Oh, Gale breaks through on his own. I think the defense forgot he hadn't dribbled it there. They were over gambling a little bit. Benson drives through, kicks out, rolls Tyson from behind the line, hits for 3.
With 2 seconds left on the shot clock too. Got a look there and a finish.
Ickenwin. Well, there's some confusion on the defense for a second there as to whether Rolls Tyson should have gone out. They recovered well. Smith 3 doesn't go, and Rolls Tyson grabs the rebound. Benson to Gale. Gale back to Benson, driving through. And that's a foul on Ickenwin reaching in. He just kind of pinballs off people as he drives through, doesn't he?
Yeah, Benson's gone twice there. Yeah, it's exactly the same time before. He had a quicker first step there, and Benson's just putting his body between himself and the basketball, and he's been able to get these fouls.
Hopkins, Mayer, rolls Tyson, hands it back to Michael Gale. Shot clock's down. Benson has to fire it up. He does fire it up. Doesn't go. A rebound Smith. Smith kicks it out forward to Ickenwin. Great pass, and Joe Ickenwin jams it home.
Yeah, tough shot there. Rebound didn't favour Birmingham there, and they were out like a shot.
Rolls Tyson, hands off to Mayer. Rolls Tyson drives in off the glass for a couple.
Tough shot, tough finish.
Just a little damp patch on the floor, so the referees just stopped the game. It was where Benson hit the deck as he stood in front of Smith as he threw the ball out in front. 61 points on the board for the Lions. 5 minutes and a half still to go here in the third quarter. It's a lot of points on the board.
Oh, alley-oop play there, intercepted.
Rob Brown to inbound. It's been one of the problems that Birmingham have faced this year, just giving up too many points. Lead the league in points against, 104 a game. That's a travel from Martin.
Yeah, I think it's a statistic that rings alarm bells there. 104. Yeah. It's a lot of points to give up in one game, but to average that, that must be a tough statistic to look at.
Well, you guys got 104 last night. It's the first time this season you've managed to get such a big number. So imagine having that against every game.
We thought the scoreboard was broken. We don't get over 100 a lot of times.
Stolen away by Brown. has Martin with him. Finds Martin. Martin jams it down.
Okay, Mike Martin rolling back the years there.
He's still got some hops in him.
Yes, he does.
Gale drives through. Rolls Tyson onto Hopkins. Loses the handle. Knutson picks it up. Brown to Martin again on the trail. A little smile from Rod Brown. Martin, a bit frustrated he didn't go in, but great trail.
Yeah, excellent transition there. 18 seconds was on the shot clock there, and they already got a shot. It's been London Lions' game plan the whole game, and they've had a plan and they've executed.
Martin then at the free throw line. First one is clean. He's actually the only starter for the Lions who's not yet got to double figures. Again, we talked about it right at the top of the show, the spread in offense that the Lions can bring. It makes it very hard as a defensive team to, there's no one guy to concentrate or even 2 or 3 guys to concentrate on. They've only got a couple of guys who average double figures, and then there's a load of 7, 8, 9 pointer games.
And that seems to be the type of makeup of successful teams these days. You know, it's guys that are not always leading the score, and it's guys stepping up on different nights and passing the basketball.
Well, you saw that last year with yourselves. You won 3 trophies, and I don't think you had a guy in the top 20 leading scorers, did you?
No, we didn't. We were one of those teams that's quite well spread, and you know, the basketball was moved around.
And the important thing about that, and the Lions certainly have it, is to have guys who can get 25, 30 points and explode on one night when you need it, but who don't need to score 25 points every night.
Exactly, and that's the difference. You know, you're away on the road and your leading scorer's not playing so well. You need those other guys to be able to come in and do a job.
Martin Gale with a head fake, steps off left for the 3, doesn't quite go. Oh, all on his own for the tip. He won't get an easier point than that. Josh Rolls, oh, neither will Mike Martin at the other end.
That's the thing, it's disappointing. You know, Birmingham did really well to crash the boards there, and transition again has been their Achilles heel.
Rolls Tyson has it knocked away. Martin thought it came off his leg, and he's arguing the case. Referee's not going to change his mind though. Mills into the game for the first time, I think, for the Knights. Knutson and Martin also sitting down. Ball tipped out of bounds. Lions get it back. Brown lets it run. They don't really need to conserve the clock, but they will. I tell you what, he does that as well as anybody else in the league, Rod Brown, that sort of, I'm just ambling it up and then blowing right past you to the basket when you're not ready.
It's hard to stop, and he's just attacking before they're getting a chance to set up, and he went through 2 defenders there, and again they got to the free throw line, which the Lions have shot the ball extremely well today.
He makes that 15 of 17 now. London from the free throw line. A little better than you guys shot last night.
Yep, free throws again, not our highest category last night.
15 misses, I think it was, from last night, rather than 15 makes.
15 misses, that's all?
Yeah. Good job you didn't need them. That's the important thing. Mayer getting ready to check back into the game. And it's Martin Gale who skips to the bench. Stolen away by Irish. He's off and running. Kicks it out forward to Brown. Has Sturt with him. Tried the over-the-head pass. Didn't quite come off. Benson running it the other way. Mayer in the corner for 3. Halfway down, doesn't go. Lewis with the offensive rebound, and he can reset. Oh, and he throws it away to Brown. Brown is fouled. I think Rolls Tyson got him first. And again, good work. Sloppy turnover.
Yeah, it was a shame. It was a shame. For every good thing they're doing, unfortunately, a bad thing is following.
Timeout called by the Knights here in Coach Douglas. This game starting to slip away, losing this period by 17 points to 7 here at the Copper Box, and the lead up to 22 for the London Lions.
And you called it too. You said whoever's going to come out firing in this third quarter is going to be the one, you know, leading the game and setting the tempo, and it's exactly what's happened here. And you know, the thing about now is if they're not careful, it's going to get out of hand.
Well, I mean, we've talked about it a few times already. We just saw another classic example of it on that previous play. Turnovers are almost at their season average already, Birmingham, with still 12.5 minutes to go in this ball game. And the problem is, when you're struggling to contain teams offensively, as they have been this season, you can't give them 3 points like that as well. I mean, you just look, 17 points the Lions have got from those turnovers. Well, if you take those 17 points away, you know, it's a 5-point game. I know it's not that simple, but
I mean, it can be sometimes, because Birmingham are doing a good job on the boards. You know, it's not other aspects of the games that they're really struggling on. There's no alarm bells with other aspects. It is the turnovers that really seem to be the clear you know, problem right now.
Rod Brown, well, you can see his anguish there as he misses for the second time from the free throw line tonight. He's 5 of 7 from this distance, closing in on a double-double with 14 points now and 8 assists.
He's had a really good game. He's not only has he scored, he's controlled the game pretty well.
That was a traveling violation there against Lewis, and I thought one of the referees was going to let that go, but it was a pretty blatant one. And Hopkins will come in for Rolls Tyson. Oh, Marguy lost the handle for a second there and then threw the ball away. Well, that's not one that's going on his highlight reel, that's for sure.
No, way to respond though from Birmingham there. They're putting the pressure on as well.
Rod Brown has a look at the referee quizzically as the foul scored on him, and then nods his head and goes, yeah, that's on me. His first of the game. Mayer gets it into Hopkins. Mills. Lewis.
Pressure still being put on by London. They're picking them up far, pushing them out,
Got to shoot here. They do get one off and get 2 in the end. Nice drive.
Tough shot
to the basket from Aaron Mayer.
Nice finish. It was a tough shot. London still putting the pressure on, making it very difficult for them.
Irish out to Sturt. Brown drives in. Brown dishes it off. Both Irish and Sturt were there. In the end, it was Sturt who grabbed the ball, finished it off. Soft and one. They're the best kind for an offensive player, where you get not much of a foul, easy finish.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened there. Credit again to Rob Brown. He's really penetrating, getting inside the heart of that defense, and it's easy passes inside for him.
And Sturt converts the three-point play. McEwen will check in for Lewis. Again, a little zone pressure from the hosts. Birmingham deal with it quite well on that occasion. Benson double team. Brown steals it away. Has Irish ahead of him if he needs him. Throws it to Irish, dumps it back. And that's tipped out of bounds, will be a Birmingham ball. Probably a little over elaborate there.
Yeah, Rob Brown left his feet, and I think he knew as soon as he left his feet, he had to pass the basketball.
Blocked by Sturt. Hopkins on the follow, lays it in. Sturt almost stolen. It is stolen by Hopkins. Waiting for some trail. Mayer provides it. In the corner is Gale for two. .40 seconds to go here at the Copper Box in the third. Lions 74, Knights 54. Irish to Brown. Brown spins. Not quite on that occasion. Rebound Benson, kicked out in front. Can Hopkins get there? Yes, he can. But he stepped out of bounds. Did the hard work.
Nightmare. That's a tough one as well. Yeah, you're right. He caught the long pass, and unfortunately wasn't able to twinkle toe his way out in bounds.
Shot clock switched off. Final play of this third period. Rod Brown for the Lions, ticking it down. Oh, nice play from Brown. Dumps it inside to Sturt, super play. Another assist, his ninth of the game.
Good pass, good finish.
And a good quarter for the London Lions, really pulling away in that period. And again, without repeating it over and over again, turnovers killing the Knights here, but London looking very impressive when they can get out on the break, push the ball. That's when they're at their best.
Yeah, and you know, point guard Rob Brown controlling the game, and everyone else feeding off that and getting themselves in good position and converting.
We're through three here at the Copper Box. It's London 76, Birmingham 54. Ten minutes to go here at the Copper Box. It's the Lions with the comfortable lead and the ball to get us underway here in the fourth quarter. Irish. Backdoor goes Sturt. Doesn't quite convert. Julius Joseph inside for the rebound. But it's pulled away by Benson. It's Gale. Head to Rolls Tyson. Hopkins. Shot doesn't go. Ball tipped up in the air. It's over Irish's head and kept alive by the Knights. Hopkins drives in. Is blocked by Sturt. And Sturt couldn't quite keep it in bounds. It was one of those where Hopkins was on his way down as Sturt was still going up, and he could see the block coming.
Sturt's really good at that too. He's got those really, really long arms, and he's got a quick jump. He gets a lot of blocks, especially from coming over from the help side, and that time there he's able to use his length and athleticism and make a comfortable block on Emil.
Benson just got an inch of space there. Fired up for three. McEwen diving on the floor to get it. Gale along the baseline. I don't know if he thought the shot clock was about to run out there. It was a bit of a weird shot otherwise. And Margai finishes up on the layup.
Transition, transition, transition.
Here's Gale trying to get a quick shot at the other end, doesn't go. Margai to Joseph. Sturt. Joseph steps back, just towed the line, that one doesn't go, and there's a foul on the rebound. Irish quick to put his hand up, admits to that one. And he makes his way back down court. Gale. Benson round the screen, steps back for three. Tough shot, doesn't go. Joseph, good rebound. Joseph, Irish was wide open for a second there. They went to Freer instead, and his shot's worth three. Gale. Gale long two, doesn't quite go. Rebound Sturt. Sturt looking to push. Gets it to Freer. Freer drives in, he's fouled by Rolls Tyson. And again, not getting back down the court, and Coach Douglas throws his chair on the floor. I think he scored a timeout, and his chair throwing was more in disgust at his own players rather than the referee. The referee did have a look at him and then thought, oh, I'll let him go. He's obviously frustrated.
Yeah, you can see why he's frustrated as well, Dan. That last offense was very poor. The ball stayed in one guy's hands the whole time. All London are doing, they're denying Benson. They've done a fantastic job on denying Benson and making him take tough shots. He's way below his average of 24, I believe, right now. And yeah, Birmingham just look out of sync right now. And London, to their credit, they've done a good job of rattling them.
Certainly have. I mean, it's been a fairly comfortable day for the Lions so far. Interestingly, they're looking at the fixtures coming up. They've got real meat in their schedule right about now. They take you guys on next week and a couple other big title deciding games. These next few weeks for Vince McCauley and his team could decide where they're going to be in this table.
Yeah, big. I think it's a big, road up to Christmas now. After this game, if all goes according to plan, they're going to be 9-3, and then they have Leicester Riders. They have us at home, and then Worcester away, and then Sheffield away. So all top three, top four teams there. So I really think that's gonna dictate what type of team are they going to be. Are they going to be a top 3, top 4 team, or are those games going to be a bit too much for them? Are they going to slip down the league?
Well, that's the thing. As you look at it, 3 wins from that, they'll be right at the top end of the table, looking good. 3 defeats, and suddenly they'll have fallen away because there's such a leading pack at the top end. I mean, in all likelihood, they'll probably split some way, one way or the other. But as you say, 3 very important games for the Lions.
And it goes just beyond statistics, I feel like, as well. Mentally, for this team as well, they're a team who started off very, very well. But if they beat, if they get wins from any one of those 3 teams, the confidence and the belief of the teams is gonna be sky high.
Freer makes the first free throw. Well, that is the thing. It's all about building into your position. And I know the Lions have ambitions to be at the top end of British basketball. They're working their way up as we speak. But they can get in the elevator with 3 wins over their next 3 games. Benson. Gale into Hopkins. Again, shot clock getting a bit low. Benson in the corner, he stepped out of bounds. That little step back.
Good defense there from Lions. Again, always aware where Benson is, not giving him any room to get a shot off, and as a result, Birmingham turned the ball over.
Margai. Sturt. Sturt drives in, dumps it off to Irish. Irish under pressure, doesn't quite go. Vince McCauley looking for a whistle that wasn't coming. Nice pass. Gale forced back out. Martin Gale, shot clock again down to 4 as he drives in. Hopkins with the rebound, did hit the ring so it can reset, but Benson fires up quick for 3. Didn't even really jump that much on that.
No, he's got a really quick release as well. So you really, it's a player like him, you don't know whether he's going to pump fake or going to shoot it because it's so quick, and he barely jumps.
Freer to Sturt in the corner. Sturt fires up halfway down, and easy rebound for Freer off the glass. Again, you can't allow the guards to sneak in from the three-point line and steal one away like that.
No, it's again, it's team discipline and fixing the little problems.
Zwiggy with the shot, doesn't quite go. Freer with the rebound, has Margai with him. Back to Freer. Freer off the glass for 2 draws foul.
3 on 2 there. Another example where they're coming in waves, and there seems to be bigger yellow waves than white ones.
Yeah. And they had Irish up in front of them as well. And he wisely cleared out to the corner, realizing he's only going to suck the defense in. And
yeah, it was good running from Lauren Irish there. Even though he didn't get the ball, he made it happen, and you know, made way for his teammate to come and get an and 1.
And he converts the and 1 for it. Benson spins, Benson tosses it up, it's short. This has got to go straight up. Does in time, hits the ring, and there's a foul in there somewhere. Well, I'll let the referee work that one out. There are a lot of bodies in the way. And it's Sturt who's called for it.
Glenn isn't big shooting for 2. Again, you know, London really making Birmingham take tough shots and get them out their sets.
Smith back into the game. Lauren Irish sitting down. Good minutes for him today, and it's obviously a big day in his family. Lauren Irish, of course, related to the late great Joe White, marking the anniversary of his passing today. They did have a minute's applause before the game in remembrance of both Nelson Mandela and this anniversary of one of the true legends of London basketball, Joe White, known for his development coaching, but did actually play in the league for a little while for London. Remember watching him play. And all of his family are in the house tonight. Nice to see them remembering a true great of London as they managed to revive the ball from behind the basket. And the Lions get possession. Smith to Joseph. Joseph drives in, doesn't quite go. Margai will back out. Freer. Smith drives through, looked like he had his arm taken away, kept with it though. Ball is still loose, Smith is blocked, and Margai will reset things. Smith fires up for 3, crazy 20 seconds of play there. And that was one of them where Sturt just got in the eye line as much as anything else.
Yeah, they're looking to come out on the fast break straight away there, and unfortunately not able to convert.
Smith with the pull-up, doesn't quite have enough on it. Gale from behind the arc for 3 hits. Martin Gale. Another triple for him. And that'll be an unsportsmanlike foul on Benson as bodies went flying through. And he's arguing with the referee. They never changed their mind afterwards, but he's just questioning that call. It can also be with a guy into the league for the first time. That unsportsmanlike rule is a little different to how he would have, how that would have been called in college. So it can take some getting used to.
Yeah, the unsportsmanlike foul can be very controversial at times, and you know, even for some of us guys who played in the league a few years, it seems to change from year to year. So it's one of those things where, you know, it's the referee makes a decision and you have to abide by it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I still don't think they've ever quite cleaned it up to how it should be. That's not to say the referees aren't calling it right. It's the ruling rather than the way it's being called. Guess that's just my opinion anyway. Who am I to tell FIBA how to write their rules? Joseph drives into the basket. That shot is blocked.
Good block.
I think Joseph was out of bounds when he touched it, so Knights will get the ball back. Well, you mentioned you're playing the Lions. Oh, that's out of bounds. What a sloppy turnover that is. You mentioned you're playing the Lions next week. Big game, top end of the table. What have you learned about London from this little scouting mission that we've managed to bring you on today?
Well, I certainly don't want to turn it over, and we're definitely going to look to get back on defense. I think that's really, really important. I feel like at times Birmingham's not, you know, really got back as fast as they should have after whatever, a missed shot or a turnover. It's vital, especially against a team like London Lions. They're so quick on the break. They're shooting and scoring, and 18 seconds are still left on the shot clock. Speed and athleticism is key for these guys.
And Smith, his shot doesn't quite go. Oh, that's going to be turned over again. Smith has it. This one will go. An easy lay-in. And while I do hesitate to say it again because we have been talking about it all game, but just so many turnovers. They're close to 20 points now off turnovers, London. And I think that was the 22nd turnover of the game by Birmingham.
And 22, that's a large number.
It's a massive number.
Unfortunately, they started off with 7 in the first quarter.
And the pace not slowed down much from there. Smith again from the three-point line. Joseph with the rebound. And he's fouled.
It's important for Birmingham to keep playing here, especially when you're not getting results. You know, their record, they're winless right now, but it's very important to keep playing and you know, work through things. Even when the score is like it is, you don't want to be that team who shows weakness by giving up or losing heart. You have to keep fighting. You have to keep playing. And you know, I can see a mixture right now of some guys are still in this and some guys are gone.
It must be difficult in this scenario. That's the thing. And I think part of the thing is, as you say, when you give up 104 a game, and maybe London will get there, they might just fall a little short. Depends how they play these last 3 minutes. But invariably, if you give up that many points, you're going to get on the wrong end of a scoreline like this, where you're 30 plus down. And that more than, I mean, in some ways, I remember the Rocks in their first season losing their first 10 games, I think it was, maybe 11, but they were close. They were there or thereabouts, and it was just about one day we're going to get that win, and then we're going to go on a bit of a roll. And the problem for Birmingham is there haven't been that many games where I remember they played Sheffield at home early in the season, went very close in that one, but there haven't been enough of those games where the last few minutes you think they've got a chance here.
Yeah, I think that's the key for them. Obviously, you know, you want wins, but for them, it's they have to work on being able to get themselves in a position in the fourth quarter to win a basketball game. I think that's the most important goal for them, realistic goal for them right now, is to get in games in the fourth quarter with a chance to win the basketball game.
Because a guy like this, Benson, on your team, who can certainly put the ball in the basket. Down the stretch, if you need some big shots, and they've got some other good shooters on the team. We've seen Gale hit some from the three-point line. They've got some decent weapons. They just need to be not 30 points down with 3 minutes to play.
Exactly. You know, even Reggie Miller's not going to get you back in the game right now.
Yeah. Smith drives to the basket, draws the foul. Again, there's been a little bit too much of that as well, where they've managed to, even in the set offense, able to get to the basket a little too easily. And I know they're not the biggest team, Birmingham, but sometimes that's about defensive position as much as size.
Yeah, it's just about getting back and setting up and being ready. And sometimes even when London are coming back at them, their heads aren't turned and they're not in position. And that's really where you've got to commit fouls. If you don't commit fouls, they're going to get open layups, and that's been a problem today as well.
Smith makes them both. The home fans, really, they're ticking down to see if their team can get 100 points on the board. It's always a landmark that the fans love to see. Oh, almost stolen away by Smith. It's left Gale wide open, and he hits for three. It is three. I just checked for a second. I didn't know if the referee was saying he towed the line there, but it is worth three for Michael Gale. Smith drives in, has it knocked loose, and Birmingham come up with it. Gale pushing now. Gale, that's an ambitious pass. It's saved by Rolls Tyson. Back out to Benson for three. And there's nobody in there but Knutson for that rebound. Here's Freer out. End-to-end stuff here. Smith inside off the glass.
You see when that pass came over initially to Freer there, the Birmingham defender had his head turned and he wasn't even looking at the basketball.
Martin Gale drives to the basket, draws the foul. He did pass it off, but the referee's going to give him a couple of shots all the same.
All the other guys for Birmingham have stepped up today as well. Benson well below his points per game average, and Birmingham average 70 points a game, and they're about to reach that number now, and their leading scorer hasn't had the bulk of the points today. It's been a well spread, you know, offensive production from the team, and I think that's a positive to take from this game.
Well, Martin Gale makes them both. He's up to 13, second top scorer in his team, but as you say, they're 2 points away from all of their starting five getting into double figures, which is always a nice achievement to get. But their problems really have been at the other end of the floor. Because, all right, 67 is a little low to win a game, but you can win a game with 67 points. You don't win too many games giving up 96.
No, that's the problem right there. We won a lot of games last year with 67.
Won a few games this year with less than that as well. Won a game with 60 against Sheffield, as I recall.
Yeah, we definitely like to flirt with the BBL's lowest scoring games.
Won by 20 with 60 points on the board as well. That's probably the more amazing thing. Here's Gale. Tough shot from Martin Gale, challenged by Smith. Freer. This for the 100. No, it's short, almost. He gets up high, nuts, and couldn't quite get high enough to jam that one back down. I think Gale thought Rolls Tyson was going to take that there, and he didn't. Benson slicing through, fires up for two. Into the final minute. Smith drives in, and that will be a blocking foul on Martin Gale. Just not quite in front on that occasion.
Yeah, tough one for Gale there. He was definitely there early enough, but his body was kind of turned, and when you hit the player sideways, it kind of looks a little bit weird. You really want him to hit you central.
It's almost always given as a defensive foul in that scenario as well. Even though he was, as you say, he was there and he was pretty stationary. 99 now for the Lions. Minute to get one more point. Gale breaks through, out to Benson, fires up for 3 and hits. Margai pushing. Freer drives through, doesn't go. And they're into that scenario where basketball etiquette says you don't score on the last play when you're winning by as many as the Lions are winning, but the fans are going, we want one more point.
Yeah, we'll see how valid the etiquette is today. See if they're going to try and break the century mark.
I remember seeing Nick Nurse going nuts at the end of a game when a team dunked on them on the last play because the fans were baying for 100. And Rolls Tyson drops it out of bounds. So here we go. This is it. The etiquette says you don't score on the final play with 19 seconds to go when you're winning 99-72. But the fans and the commentator in the house have been going on about 100 points all of this fourth quarter. What are they going to do? Margai. They're going to shoot is what they're going to do. They're going to miss. Oh, but Knutson's there, and Knutson goes get the 100 up.
He's got it.
And a big roar from the fans. You can see they wanted that. We'll let them off the etiquette just for once.
Yeah.
But, well, 100 points on the board is what they probably deserve. They've been pretty comfortable. The Knights led 2-0. I don't think they led after that point. But London, full value for this victory here.
Yeah, very rarely looked like they didn't have control of the game. Even when Birmingham Knights made their runs, London were able to deal with that and respond. And yeah, it's a good win for them. And you know, like we were saying before, they've got a tough schedule ahead of them now, and this is going to set them up, hopefully in a good position to win.
And we've got more action coming up for you next week. We'll be up in Glasgow. Join us for that one. It promises to be a cracking game. For Anthony Rowe, I'm Daniel Routledge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.